If you're an EU, UK nomad and you are still wondering why you're paying taxes in two countries, you're not alone. Double taxation is not just a technical glitch. It's often a sign that your freedom has no container. In this video, we're going to go beyond the surface. I'm not here to give you tax loopholes or generic advice. I am here to help you understand what creates double taxation, how to legally avoid it, how to energetically avoid it, and how to create a structure that holds your wealth with integrity. So let's dive into it. So to start with, what double taxation really is. It's usually because there are different scenarios, but basically it's where you don't belong anywhere. And when you don't belong anywhere, you might end up belonging to several places that you don't want to belong to. So it's usually you're gonna have your home country who's gonna tax you when you thought you wouldn't, because you thought that spending less than 183 days in the country is enough, but it's not. So your home country is still going to tax you. And depending on how you've been traveling, one of the countries where you stayed, you did trigger the tax residency. So you're going to be, and both countries don't have treaties with each other, so you end up paying double tax. So basically, double taxation, when we talk about energy, it's not just a legal issue. It's a symptom of being caught between places, systems, and selves. And it's something that is very common for EU, UK nomads that have not fully and properly exited their home country. So double taxation, even though if it happens, it's not a nice surprise, but it's more, instead of seeing it as bad, see it as a sign that you need to realign. So I mentioned it before, but just to come back to what creates this double pull, legally and energetically. So first of all, there is this 183 days myth, because time alone is not going to determine your tax residency. If you haven't fully cut bank accounts, if you haven't fully cut energy ties, home ties, center of life tie, or center of interest ties with your home country or with any country, depending on how they determine their tax residence, you might still owe this country taxes and they will ask you for it. When it comes to the UK, they have this statutory residency test, which is basically where your life is anchored. When it comes to EU, it's usually center of life, center of interest. So basically, what you want to make sure of to avoid this legally is you need to fully exit your home country. No more ties, no more bank accounts, or if you have a bank account, it's like you have a very minimum, you don't really use it. And you just basically make sure that you also own in another country a TRC, which is a tax residency certificate. And when you do that, usually there's no more double taxation that can happen. Now I want to dive a bit more about the truth about sovereign residency. Real freedom is not about being nowhere. And I've been there, so I can testify. But it's just, basically it's about being somewhere, but by choice. You need to choose a place to anchor legally, but energetically also. And this is the mistake that I see so many nomads do, is it's like you think that freedom is just, okay, I just go and I can be wherever I want. Yeah, true. But at some point, you're going to want to settle. At some point, you're going to start feeling that you need this anchoring. And when it comes to the legal part of it, it's not as easy because of everything I've just talked about. So what is important and is to not escape. You don't want to just run away from your life. And this is what we usually do when we say, okay, I'm a digital nomad. Well, why are you a digital nomad? Is it because you want to escape your life? Is it because you want to escape a reality that you were in that was you're not happy with? Is it because you want to travel the world and have a number of countries on your passport? What is your goal behind this? Because either way, you're gonna have to anchor somewhere. If you do want to travel around, you need to find an anchor that allows you to travel around. There's also this myth about, if I'm a nomad, then I don't pay taxes. No. And then if I'm a nomad, then I can just go where it's the 0% tax. But again, The roots behind this is you trying to escape something. And as long as you will try to do that, it will catch you back. It will backfire. So what you want to do instead is start to build a sanctuary for your wealth, not hide it. You want to be free? Okay, but what does freedom mean? Freedom is not running away from something. Freedom is not trying to escape a system. Freedom is using the system so that you can actually build a life of freedom, so that you can actually create a structure that holds the freedom that you want to live, that you want to experience. And this is where the wealth structuring comes in. You need to have a structure that holds what you want to create. Otherwise, it will leak. And this is when double taxation happens. This is when many other things happen. So choose an anchor. Declare it. Own it. Don't hide from it. Pay your bills, because your bills are actually showing that you are actually living where you want to live and how you want to live. And that is power. That is freedom. When it comes to how to exit cleanly your home country, you don't want to just ghost your country. They will, again, it will backfire and they will most likely catch you. Because why wouldn't they? It's not nice to ghost someone. So don't ghost your country. Don't ghost your home country. Just leave properly. You close everything. You don't try to be in between to try to take advantage of both sides. No. Own what you want. I have something coming to mind. I'm just going to share it. It's nothing to do with double taxation, but it's this thing of trying to get, to take advantage of everything. I lived in Switzerland for 12 years, and I remember those people living at the border, French people, and it's like they would live in France but work in Switzerland because the salary in Switzerland was much better. But then when you live in France, then you still have a lower rent and all this kind of stuff. So you kind of benefit from both sides. But depending on how it goes, at some point, again, it backfires. It's an energy exchange. You can't just always be taking. You have to give. It's a flow. This is how energy works, how money works, and everything works. It's a flow. In a relationship, it's a give and take. It's not just a one-way street. It's the same with money. You can't just be taking. You have to give also. Same with everything. So don't try to, because when you try to do this, it's fear-based. And basically it means that, again, you're trying to run away from something. You're trying to escape something because you're scared. So you try to hold on to everything that you can grab and keep it for yourself because, oh my gosh, what if someone takes it from me? But usually when you do that, it will go away. It will leak because you will have built a structure that won't hold anything, because basically what you're trying to do is holding on to stuff that were not yours in the first place. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. So coming back to how to exit in a clean and proper way your home country, it's, no home ties, no family ties, no banking ties, no business ties, no employment ties. Basically, this country is nothing for you anymore, but it's just maybe on a passport where you go there sometimes for a holiday. Depending on your situation, also have to plan so that you can exit in the best possible way to maybe lower the exit taxes and, depending on your situation again. But do it in a clean and proper way, not with something in mind that I'm going to try to escape something or I'm going to hide somewhere. It's much cleaner, and it's also much less stressful for you to do it like this than to just run away and be everywhere, but actually you're nowhere. You have no control then about your situation. And you're just like hoping and praying that, okay, they were not going to find me and I'm not going to pay taxes there. And usually when that is in your mind, what happens is you usually end up paying in two countries. The other thing I want to talk about are tax treaties. So you do have tax treaties between countries that help to lower or to not pay in two countries. But first of all, if there's no treaty between the two countries, well, you're screwed, basically. And even if there are tax treaties, it doesn't avoid double taxation, depending on your situation. And it also doesn't fix sloppy exits. Then you also have the corporate structures that add another layer to that, but energetically it's the same. It's all about trying to have a clean exit and a clean structure and a clean strategy that is just going to make it so that double taxation is not even a question. It's just not happening, period. So those tax treaties are here and they are helpful, especially also when you start to look for dividends and paying yourself with dividends and stuff like that. However, in my strategies, what I always recommend is, first of all, it's you get out of those high tax jurisdictions. Because as long as you're a tax resident in a high tax jurisdiction, so basically, France, Italy, UK, although UK might have a few advantages, it depends, but Germany, Spain, all those countries, if you want to have a strategy that is going to flow, that is going to be tax optimized, and that is going to allow you the freedom that you want, you need to be out of those jurisdictions. Because either way, at some point, even with tax treaties, you will pay much more than you could pay with another strategy. To close up with this video, my sovereign strategy tips to summarize all of it. So first of all, make a clean exit. Don't just ghost your country, like I said. Ghosting is not nice for anyone, and it's not nice for a country either. Second, you choose an anchor. You choose a country where you actually want to live. And that will be your anchor energetically. It's going to suit you. It's going to be aligned with you. And I'm not talking taxes here. I'm talking energy-wise. As long as you keep chasing the no tax, you're not going to be aligned. You're going to keep trying to escape something or run away from something. That is not sovereignty. That is not alignment. And that is not going to be good for your nervous system. Then you use those tax treaties with intention, not just for loopholes. Document everything. So basically, if you're being asked a question, you have everything. So it's safe and it's just make it easy on you. And most importantly, you don't need to do this alone. So if you want a bespoke structure that is aligned with your lifestyle, that is going to support your soul-led business, that's what I do. I'm not here to sell you loopholes, but I'm here to help you hold your wealth in integrity. So if that resonates with you, you know where to find me. You have all the details below. If you're just beginning with this, I also have a link to download my Soul Aligned Strategy Guide. It's a good place to start. If you have any questions, as usual, just shoot me a comment and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned, guys.